Alright, two. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. Hi, Mike Lane, with Sarah Shiver, and with Wade Barrett. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, first we want to wish everyone a happy Freedom Day in the 4-1 Reichs, because today is Freedom Day in the 4-1 Reichs. And the day when the 4-1 Reichs became free from the 4-1 Kingdom. But we're also going to talk about what happened yesterday on Impact or Hit. You know, about how Keith Lee had his match with Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch still believing that she should be fighting Asuka and not him or Ricochet. Well, first off, Sarah Shiver says Keith Lee got the right to fight either Asuka or Ricochet coming up on the 20th of this month, and whoever wins out of that will be fighting Keith Lee sometime in the upcoming. We just don't know when, Sarah Shiver says. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Wade says. I'll tell you right now, Mike and Sarah, the way things go right now, Becky Lynch does have the right to be hurt angered, because I think she should fight Asuka. I mean, Asuka already got past, Braun Strowman. She already got past, King Caesar. She already got past Arrow, 2 times, Taylor Aragon once. So I think it should be Becky Lynch's time. At least that's what I believe. Well, if that's what you believe, that is your belief for fuck there, Wade Barrett. But I can tell you something right now, that it's not going to be Becky Lynch fighting Asuka. No need how much bitching or ranting that she does. Even though the freedom of speech does let folks bitch and rant, but I don't think it's going to shift anything. I tell you right now, Becky Lynch says they want to hold me down. I should be fighting Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings, and not Ricochet, not Keith Lee. I mean, what do I have to do so I can get my shot? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have you come out now, Asuka, and you're going to give me your shot for the Tito. You're going to give me your shot for the TWF heavyweight winnings, and it's going to happen now. Well, here comes Asuka now. Oh, Becky Lynch, you somehow think that I'm just going to give you my strap. I mean, you seem to think that you can do what Braun Strowman and Arrow and Taylor couldn't do before you. And when I get done with Ricochet and I get done with Keith Lee, I can take you out like that. So why don't you put your gouge where your mouth is? And by the way, Asuka, I know I'll beat you. And I know I will be the TWF heavyweight fighter. And just to let you all folks know, the 4-1 Reichs isn't the only land that became free from the 4-1 Kingdom. Ireland did. So take that. Well, no. Think about it, Ric Flair says. Many lands in North Finland and South Finland and Evenland in the East and Darkland all became free from the 4-1 Kingdom in some way. But I could tell you something. If you want to fight Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings here today on Friday Night Smackdown, then we could do that today, Ric Flair says. just think it as your Freedom Day gift. You know, only at the end of the day, I don't think that you're ready for Asuka. Well, Ric Flair finally truly gave Becky Lynch what she's been bitching and ranting for, her match with Asuka for the TWF Heavyweight winnings, Mike Lane says. And we know this match is going to be a good one. This match is for the TWF Heavyweight winnings. First, she is from Ireland, and also the 4-1 Reichs from having what's called double burwership, Becky Lynch. And she is the TWF Heavyweight fighter, Asuka. Meaning, and Becky Lynch thinks she can take out Asuka, Mike Lane says, with a manhandle slam and then a drop kick, Mike Lane says. And she also wanted to shame us by saying that the 4-1 Reichs wasn't the only land to become free from England. There were other lands. Well, that's true, Sarah Shiver said, but it was the 4-1 Reichs that was the first land to do it, and made it where other lands wanted their freedom too. And some of them got their freedom in more than one way. Becky Lynch thinks that she's going to beat Asuka. She can think again. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, another manhandle slam, which is nothing more than the stone bottom or the bookend in some way, Sarah Shiver says. Yeah, Wade Barrett said we're going to have a new TWF heavyweight fighter. 1, 2 in the kick out. And Becky Lynch is not happy and thinks that she should be the TWF heavyweight fighter, Wade Barrett says. And I do stand with her with that. Oh, well, she missed. And Asuka just did the Kaiserin strike. But we know it's going to take more than a Kaiserin strike to put Becky Lynch away, Mike Lane says. Yeah, it's going to take a lot. And these two did fight from time to time in WWE, so they are not newcomers to each other. Another Kaiserin strike, Mike Lane says. Sarah Slaughter said, will that be enough to put Becky Lynch away and put her in the Asuka lock, which is still one of her holds? Well, I don't think that can happen, Wade Barrett says. At the end of the day, I don't truly think that Asuka can make Becky Lynch yield. There are very few women wrestlers that ever beat her, and I don't know if Asuka's going to be one of them or not. Meaning, just like everyone thought, Asuka ended up beating Becky Lynch. Here is your winner, and still the TWF heavyweight fighter, Asuka. Well, Becky Lynch is not happy, you know. Shit. Well, Becky Lynch is not happy, you know, with losing to Asuka and not becoming, you know, and not becoming the TWF heavyweight fighter. And she thought that it would happen here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And no, it did not happen, Mike Lane says. No, it did not happen, Sarah Shiver says. Even though Becky Lynch came at Asuka and had most of the upper hand for most of the match. But at the end of the day, it was Asuka who somehow came back and beat Becky Lynch. And still is the TWF heavyweight fighter. Sarah Shiver said, yeah, and that did happen, Mike Lane says. And I don't think Becky Lynch is going to be happy, you know, about losing to Asuka here today on Friday Night Smackdown. No, I don't think she is going to be happy, Wade Barrett says. Not at all. Just like the 4-1 Kingdom was not happy with losing the 4-1 Reichs as one of its settling, but they had to give up the Ghost. Just like I think, sadly, Becky Lynch will have to give up the Ghost and say that she lost to Asuka and she doesn't like it or not. Take it away, Wade Barrett says. All right, take it away, Gorilla Monsoon. Thank you, Mike Lane and Sarah Shiver. I'm going to be talking with Asuka here today on Friday Night Smackdown. You know, all right, Asuka, you are still the TWF heavyweight fighter, and you beat Becky Lynch, who had been bitching and ranting for months that she didn't get her shot, and that she could do what Braun Strowman, Taylor, and Arrow couldn't do. Well, she got her shot, and just like Arrow, Braun Strowman, and Taylor, Aragon, they all fell to Asuka, just like Becky Lynch did. Now I gotta deal with Ricochet because he's the next one on the list for me to fight. And sooner or later other folks will want to fight me too. Well, are you worried about Becky Lynch wanting to get another match with you for the TWF heavyweight winnings? Well, first off, I'm not so worried about that one, Jim. About that one, Gorilla Monsoon. I know, like I say, that no one is ready for Asuka. And I don't think none of them will be ready for me. So, however it goes, I will beat Ricochet, and then I'll beat Keith Lee, and anyone else that wants to fight me for the TWF heavyweight winnings, because no one is ready for Asuka. Well, that's my talk with Asuka, the Kaiserin of Tomorrow, the TWF heavyweight fighter. Back to you, Mike Lane and Sarah Shiver. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Asuka here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And it's all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Mike Lane, with Sarah Shiver and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.